seemed criminal to me to knock these buildings down. They got fantastic quality, and that's what drove me to buy it, before I thought what on earth I was going to do with it. So, nearly 5 years after opening the theatre, we opened this cafe bar. That really brought the street to life. I wanted this to be part of a buzzing place where everybody feels welcome.
Hoy fue al mercado de la risa, una sonrisa yo te compré, mi amor. Hoy fue al mercado del sonido, compré acordes para escuchar y cantar, y luego yo te busqué, te busqué, te busqué. Luego yo te encontré, yo te encontré, yo te encontré. Ando comprando momentos de felicidad.
Let's go and have a look at the theatre. So this is just a rough industrial found space. Painted black, shove up some lights, and it becomes a theatre. What I love about it is the variety. Everything from the traditional Shakespeare to cutting-edge new writing.
Shakespearean language is the basis of modern English. And if actors speak Shakespeare in a relaxed way, at kind of normal volume, or not much more than normal volume, it becomes so much more comprehensible and so much more like the English we speak than the tradition of Shakespeare oratory has. We're basically speaking Shakespeare's language, but speaking it in a way where people soon forget that this was written in 1600 and just hear it afresh.
Lass! Poor Yorick! I knew him! Horatio!
So to come here is fantastic because the audience are very close to you, but there's also the low ceiling, so it feels not oppressive but very close, and it means that you can really talk to the audience and you can see all their faces.
I've always had a great feeling for bare, empty spaces, and I think particularly for things like Shakespeare, it's much more interesting when it's very straightforward, very simplified, and without elaborate scenery. It means that all the audience's concentration is simply on the interaction between the people involved. There's something about it which brings people here.
I love working in a found space and just using the building as we find it. I've become a complete convert to theatre in the round. We live life in the round, you know. We don't live life facing front and talking to people there and facing the audience, you know. We just live in the round. So it's much more natural, and I find it much more exciting.
Well, in the early days, it literally was just a space. I mean, you'd walk into that auditorium and the air was cold and the walls were still damp. And the beauty of that is your evening is just lit up by this magical show that you see. It's all about the show with that space. With every space, you need to develop and you need to move forward. And the first 3 years, we flew from nothing to known throughout the West Country as a really enterprising theatre. And that's continued to grow. And for the future, we're going to continue to expand, be it a workshop for children in the morning, a rhyme time event, a music event, to stand-up comedy in the evening. Something will always happen at this venue 24/7.
The history of the building and the people who worked here, for me, are absolutely vital to the soul of this place. You're tobacco girls. Great. You're Will's girls. We are the Will's girls.
We are the Wilson's girls. We are the Wilson's girls. We know our manners.
we pay our taxes. We are respected wherever we may go. And when you're walking down Lombard Street, doors and windows open wide, you can hear old men shout, "Look at the bloody workers out!"
Ah, brilliant! You must come and do this more often.
It was a good firm to work for. We had very good conditions. I used to make cigars, hand-rolled cigars, which was all right, but it used to stain your fingers. It was rather smelly. We used to have a yearly bonus, which is very, and all the shops did very, very well. They used to be, I mean, it's also different. North Street's changed. There were lots of shops, you know, dress shops and things like this, and jewellery businesses. And of course, all the girls used to go. They'd buy their jewellery, they'd buy their shoes, they'd buy their dresses.
It had a real community feel. There was maybe 3 generations at one time living it and working in Wills's Tobacco. You know, that was the main industry of the area, really, the biggest employer around. We've been here 36 years. I mean, we've seen it in the buoyant years when Wills's were in full swing. We've seen it dip into the 90s, and now it's gradually come back now. And like I say, it is more of a community feel now, where we lost that at one point.
It brings a lot of young people into the area. Well, I mean, a lot of people want to, because that's there, they want to live here, don't they? Southville is the place to live, and it's good for us. We get lots of young people in the shop. On a Saturday, we're packed with young people. Probably the tobacco factory, and yeah, it's been good. Yeah. The tobacco factory has helped a lot. Yeah. It's sort of really rejuvenated North Street. Yeah.
Without them, we wouldn't have been doing what we are now. I mean, that was just a dead site for many, many years, and you had a 14-acre site down there, mine, lying idle for a good 10-year period. I think it was the best move that they could have made around here, and it has brought a lot of people around to the area.